was like, brother, you was hard to watch, man. You took so long to talk.
So, I want to just pause for a moment, and we're just going to do like a reintroduction to who we appreciate it. I appreciate the women who took the time and gave me hints of how I could.
What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to Us and Ours. I'm Rafael.
And I'm Ebeny.
So today's episode, we're going to kind of reflect on the first episode. So we did not expect or intend for that first episode to go viral in a sense, but it picked up some traction, and all the traction wasn't good traction, which we know it's a part of being on the internet, right? Mm-hmm. Like they say, if you don't want anything to be remembered or whatnot, don't put it on the internet. Online. So we're just gonna do a quick response to that episode, which was Not My Type But Married, and I guess just to clarify some things, I guess some of you guys went off the rails with that. Some people, to me, in my opinion, some people didn't listen at all. Some people, they looked at comments and they, somebody may have sent them the video, and they already had a interpretation in mind. They already had a conclusion in mind. So they were looking to pick out those points in the video that actually kind of, I guess, prove their interpretation. But others of you guys actually, I guess,
you guys.
other people, other viewers, it wasn't all bad. So I'll let you have it now.
So I want to just pause for a moment, and we're just going to do like a reintroduction to who we are, because that's initially what the first episode was supposed to be. I know that most of the time when you start platforms, it's like, hey, this is who I am, this is what we're about, and this is what the platform is going to be about. So it was my idea, and I wasn't really a fan of that. So it was my idea to, kind of change things up and give you guys some back dialogue to who we are, so you just kind of understood us more when it came to like our mannerism, when it comes to the way that we have discussions, because we just don't have your typical love story. And that's just the...
I don't care. That was said in that video for the people who chose not to listen.
That's the truth behind it. Calm down.
I'm not hyped.
Okay, that's the truth behind it. So, there was some, I would say, some pretty corrective criticism. A lot of people had some questions. So tonight we're gonna like backtrack, not necessarily repeat everything that was said on the episode, but just kind of give you some dialogue to who we are, how we met, how we got here today, what this platform about, and why we started Us and Ours. Just so we can get those things out of the way. If you have questions, feel free to ask, and we'll answer to the best of our ability if it's appropriate. But yeah, so.
First off, I want to say thank you to those who actually had... it was our first YouTube video, right? So I think most people who have YouTube channels, when they look back at their first video, it's like a cringy moment. So, no difference here. It's like a cringy moment. There are some moments in the video where even me, I was looking at a few of the comments, and I was like, that person was actually right in their constructive criticism of our conversation. Mm-hmm. So even with down to the me saying and taking a while to I guess relay what I was thinking, but if you don't know me, then you just don't understand that side of me where sometimes I'm processing the answer and kind of, I guess, slows my answer down. So, yeah, a big thank you for those who did have constructive criticism, and they said it in grace, because some of the comments were critique appropriate, I guess.
Yes. So, just to give you guys some background, in the video we said that we met. So let's give some context to that.
Well, we started with the first impression.
Yes, the video was just first impression. It wasn't a. I'm just gonna start. That's because I think we can go back and forth through the comments all night, because it just weighed heavy in a lot of ways. So, to give you guys some background, as we stated, I'm Ebeny. This is my husband, Rafael. We attended the same college, but we didn't necessarily meet on campus. We attended the same church. At the time, we were just members at the church. We weren't there looking for each other. We weren't eyeing each other. So our first impression was our literal first impression
was the first time we ever saw
each other.
And my answer was that.
What it was. My answer was what it was. So think about it. If you walk in the store and you see somebody for the first time, what is your first impression? There's not anything deep to it. For some, it may be deep to it, but that's just not our story. So our first impression
was the show. It wasn't love at first sight, I guess.
It wasn't.
So I know you got to the church part, right? So now I guess it's on to the actual second, third, fourth, fifth impression. Because at church, we were friends for a while before we actually started dating. So I guess we'll start somewhere. You can start somewhere in that area.
Well, I was going to
get there. I cut you off.
I was trying to get there. Okay, so as members, I was in school for athletic training at the time, and we got to the portion of our program where we were actively working out and putting ourselves through what athletes would go through. And I was not in shape. I just knew him as a member of the church that I knew was in the gym because he would post about it, and I knew that he trained some people. So I reached out. I asked him at church, hey, do you mind pretty much adding me to your roster and training me too? That was it. So during that time of working out, we, of course, started just having conversations more because you're not working out of silence. We got to talk about something.
Yep.
So we just started talking more. We realized that we actually just enjoyed each other's conversation, still in a friendly way. And that conversation just kind of trickled sometimes outside of the gym. We would just kind of talk more throughout the day. And so that was like, how long? Like a year or 2 year? Or what, 1 year?
To be honest, I don't think it went past a year and a half.
Okay.
Maybe a year to a year and a half. And like the conversations outside of the gym wasn't necessarily like on the phone or through text messages. The conversation was like after the gym, maybe grab a bite to eat. After the gym, go somewhere. So it wasn't, that I can remember, it wasn't like text messages or phone conversation. You can correct me if I'm wrong.
We text a good bit.
Okay, we text a good bit.
We didn't talk on
then.
the phone, but we text a good bit.
But yeah, it wasn't. Man, as you get older, you start kind of losing track of time. It wasn't. That was the mark of the friendship, right? So it wasn't like we was just. I was just helping her in the gym. We was talking here and there. No, we went to church together. We had, we was at the gym together. I never really saw you on campus. And then, I think it just evolved slowly as time went by.
Yes. And I'm sure for those who did not watch the episode, I know this is going to probably trigger you to go back and watch. So, as time progressed, we started to realize that there was a connection there. And at that point, it was like, okay, while it was a little unsure to us because we are complete opposites. And somebody was like, what do y'all mean by that? So when I say we're complete opposites, I'm very creative. We're not just talking about attraction. We're talking about personality.
Everybody went straight to attraction. And oh man, y'all was grilling me, boy.
Yeah, like
y'all was grilling me. He want a light skin. He want a IG
You guys
model.
got upset because he didn't say what his preference was. It was a lot.
The type, and that's the maturity of the conversation, I guess. Areas where kind of we lack. So the type part was it was also about she's a in the house kind of cozy up person, and me, I'm more like a adventurous. Let's get out and do, whatever, work out. I love to work out, so it's going out and doing things. And she's like she said, she's more of the creative person, where me, I'm more analytical. If you can tell how I think through while I'm talking.
Yeah. So if you heard our conversations, you would probably be like, y'all really don't match. Our hobbies are totally different. Our interests is totally different. So I honestly, thinking about it, I'm not sure how we were able to have just good conversations. Maybe because we were so different. So when we spoke to each other, it was like, oh, that's a different way to think of it.
Yeah. We did a lot of, because we think so differently. It was, you say something, then I'm like, oh, I think about it this way. And it's like, oh, I never thought about that. Then I'll say something, you like, well, I think about it this way. And I'm like, oh, that's actually a good way to think about it. And I think that's important in your different friendships and relationships and marriage. So, yeah.
So, as our conversations evolved, and as our relationship with each other evolved, it took a lot for us to get here, in the sense of being mature, because we don't have a Hallmark story. We actually both put in work to commit to this, and it wasn't because we were desperate for marriage. It wasn't because we didn't want to die alone or whatever, people said in the comments. There really was something there that was worth exploring. And our story is not going to be everybody else's story. We don't expect our stories to be everyone's story. We're not saying that your person is going to be complete opposite than what you are, or complete opposite than what you desire. But that's just us.
I think most people will kind of find their type in a sense. And yeah, it just, some stories are like ours and some stories are not. We weren't trying to be controversial, or we wasn't trying to produce
guys,
any
it was Valentine's
drama.
Day, so we were being lovey-dovey, and it was my idea to say, let's just get on camera and record our story.
Yeah.
And it just became a very controversial topic. So
going back to we in this segment of friendship, and then we begin to realize, there could be something more to this, right? So when you're in the mindset of there could be more to this, that shows a level of uncertainty. So yeah, when we made it official, when we made each other exclusive, there was a level of uncertainty,
on both sides,
right? Because we're trying to figure, and I think even in relationships that are more, geared toward that's my type, it's still a level of uncertainty, because nobody knows what's going to really happen, right? So we got a little more, clarity on it. We engaged with each other, and then took the initiative to see what his journey took us. And I think that's what you were alluding to about, well, both of us was alluding to when we were talking about, we sought God on it, and then it's like we had peace about it, gave you the green light, and we can continue with the relationship. Yeah. So the relationship kind of grew over time. Now, I will say, you know, we needed that time to grow. One, we needed that friendship together in order
Absolutely.
to understand each other to a in order to pursue the relationship, right? I don't
Yeah.
think we could have like met each other and then jumped into a relationship and
No.
then would have been successful at it. I think we were too different for it, so we had to learn each other as friends. And then in the relationship, when we actually made it official, we had to then learn each other more in order to get to the point of engagement and marriage. So
Yeah,
yeah,
and I feel like that's something that's not going to change. So if you would ask us, what are we from then and now? We were friends for a little over a year. We dated for 6 years, including our year of engagement, before we got married. So right now we're almost at our 2 year mark in
marriage.
marriage. So that kind of gives you some context to we have been communing with each other all together for about 9 years. That sounds like a long time now saying it out loud. So with that,
8 years. September 2016, right?
we dated for 6. We were friends for a year,
Oh, you said,
and
oh,
this we were
my
going into
bad,
our
my bad.
second
You
year.
said like from friendship to where we are now.
Yes,
Yes,
of just
been
getting to
nine
know
years.
each other, and being like, just having that time to learn each other, and we're still learning each other, and
Yep.
that's not something that's going to stop. So of course this is a public platform. We joke about things that may be a soft spot to others because that's just our relationship. It doesn't mean that somebody isn't being truthful. We have a very different relationship because we
Yep.
are very honest with each other, and we have to be honest with each other because of how different we are. I would say that you know when you hear the phrase and I'm not, yes, I'm going to use this as an example. God won't always give you what you want, but he knows what you
Give it.
need.
Yep.
I feel like that is like a definition of what our marriage is. We had an
Yeah.
idea of what it was that we wanted, and we were honest about what it was that we wanted, even in the, some may say it's harsh because it's like, how dare you tell each other that? But we were honest in what we wanted. So that's how we knew that we were willing to be mature about this, because there was something there that the other person did that was what we needed. So like me personally, I've grown so much, not because I can't live without you, but it's because you pushed that out of me, um, through through your through the way you analyze things, through the way that you have helped me like break down things as I think about it,
Yeah.
kind of slow down a little bit, because I see this, I can do it, let's just go, and then I don't think everything through. And the way that my husband supports me is in a way that I don't think. I've learned to think like that, and it's actually helped me drastically. And then on his side, I'm speaking for you, so if I say something wrong, you let me know.
On my side, I think it's just what we said. Like you said, you're the more creative person. I'm the more analytical person. So you have helped me in the area of becoming less black and white and seeing more color in life. So um, it's still a growing game for me when it comes to like that creative side. So you actually I think you kind of show and give that color to our relationship, because if you didn't, um, yes, I think we would be very dull.
Y'all, you be dull
We would
by
be very
yourself.
dull and to the T. But yeah, you bring the color to the relationship. You bring the creativity to the relationship. Even some things that we can go back and forth about is like well, I never saw it that
That
way in the
way.
sense of we can create this little whatever it is and make a good time out of it. And I'm like, oh,
Guys,
I never saw it that way.
even with this, even with us doing this, yes, we're being obedient in doing this platform, but this is like one of the few things that we are able to do together, because we have different hobbies. You were about to say
Yeah.
something?
Doing stuff in our regular lives or business. What I realize is
We work really well together.
you you push the limit of possibility, right? Your business, my business, even in our life, you push the limit of possibility. You say, hey, this is, what's possible. You dream big. I dream big, but it's in a more structured way. So sometimes dreaming big is what's needed. So in those moments, you push me to dream big. That's what you're there for me. And in other moments, there has to be okay, we dreaming big. Let's come back to
Reel it
where
in.
we are and put the things together to get there. You're a person who just you throw it out there, boom, and for you, like you throw it out there, it happens, and that faith that you have to do that has helped me grow in my faith because I was very if I don't have the T's, the cross, the I's, the dot, we ain't moving forward right now. So yeah. That's been I don't know if I interrupted you again,
No,
but
that was nice. So yeah, this is not for us to go back and forth with everybody. This is not for us to honestly respond in an ungodly manner. That's not why we're here, but we are here to provide clarity and let you guys know that as we continue on, because we're going to continue on as God tells us to continue on, that we will learn how to communicate for you all. We've learned how to, and we're still learning how to communicate for each other. That's like off camera, but we understand that on a platform like this, you may take 30 seconds and put together, whatever makes sense to you in the moment. So we're here to just provide a little bit more clarity. We wanted to use tonight to give a little bit more background. And with this platform, we are not here as marriage experts. We're not here to speak from this is what you should do, this is what it should look like. We are here to share our process. We are here to share our story. We are here to share our love for God. And through that, we hope that that our stories and our moments of taking down, and our moments of talking about our faith, that it will just encourage you, because we are very much we speak from reality. We are we love motivational speeches, but we did not come on this platform to be content creators in the sense of just growing our brand. We wanted to do something different that was from a genuine place. We wanted to talk about things from a different perspective. It may sometimes be from perspectives that most people would avoid because it's not the glitz and glam all the time. But we wanted to be relatable. And with social media these days, a lot of things are not relatable. A lot of people take social media and they think that something is wrong with them because they compare all the time. So we're here to be honest. We're here to talk about topics as God leads us. Some of those topics may be about marriage. Some of those topics may be about entrepreneurship. Some of those topics may be on faith. But I know that tonight is a little bit more serious than what that episode was. But I just wanted to clarify why we are here. So if you want to go back and watch it, you feel free. But I hope that tonight just gave some more context to what our first episode was about. And I would encourage you to actually listen and go watch the other episodes. That one went
Yeah.
viral, so it's still going viral. It has several views, but we took an opportunity to talk about our courage to get started in our entrepreneurship walk. We took a moment to
We
talk
talked about
about
faith.
our faith
Talked
walk.
about supporting each other.
Yeah.
So is we know the world loves drama, and the world loves drama, and most of the TV shows that get the most attraction is drama filled. But we're not here for drama or to create drama. We're here to honestly, we're here to tell a normal side to life, not what we deem as social media normal, but normal life. Whether it's like she said, relationships, whether it's entrepreneurship and faith. What if we struggling in the moment for something. I think we just said it in the faith episode. Like it was a moment of struggling in faith. Like we didn't. Well, it was your episode, but she didn't hide.
Episode,
well,
but I was I was the one who was having a hard time at the moment, and we just spoke from a
right. We're speaking from reality, not speaking from the top of the mountain. We all know the channels who speak from the top of the mountain, and you don't see that way up the mountain or that crumble on the mountain until it's like real dramatic. That's not what we're here about. We are here to show like the normalities of life, not the social media alities of life. So
Yeah.
we'll continue to make different videos about those topics and see what else comes up.
Yes, and if you have questions, I'm not going to say that we're going to talk about whatever you put in the comments, but make it known. If it's like, well, can you guys give a little bit more context and go and talk about these things? This is a couples platform because we are married, but we've journeyed through a lot, so we wanted to talk about more than just lovey-dovey stuff. While that is there, I love my husband very much. But we wanted to.
I love you too.
Thank you. But because if he didn't say that, y'all would have went in like y'all did last time.
He don't love her. Oh my goodness.
Yes. So honestly, guys, even through this, I know that I am growing because I'm very much like I respond quick. So if you notice that the episodes, like how quick we were throwing it out, it calmed down. Because I'm even learning. I'm learning that you don't have to respond to everything. I'm learning that you don't have to prove yourself
Wisdom
to
teaches
everybody.
you that you don't. It is
Yes.
best not to respond to everything. Wisdom teaches you that when you are on a certain path, there are certain things and certain people that you have to ignore. Now, we didn't shut the door down on the comments. Or shut the door down. Like we didn't completely stop the comment. At this point, it's kind of hard to keep up with the comments.
We've paused it.
But
we've paused it.
oh, you paused it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Because certain things just get out of hand. So what I don't want is which has happened. People use our stuff to grow their stuff.
Yeah.
So people have some people just said some very nasty things, and I know the difference between somebody who's taking time to read and actually respond, and then somebody who's just, doing a lot. So we will continue to do what's necessary to protect our family and each other, even though this is a public platform. But
we try to respond out of grace. So
yes.
Especially with the other videos, we're quicker to respond because our inbox don't have thousands of comments, but the comments for those videos. But this is a learning journey. It's been it's been a fun one so far. Like it's been up and down as far as the thought process through it. But even when it comes to being consistent with the videos, that's
because we have a life, and
that's a whole different topic.
The people that do this all the time, kudos to you guys.
Yeah.
But yeah, keeping up and staying consistent and doing it even when you don't feel up to it. We're human. So a lot of what happened was emotionally draining for me. And the break felt nice. So I'm not going to say that we won't take a break again.
This is our channel. We take a break.
Yeah, we'll take a break if we need to.
It ain't about. Let me be real. This thing is not about the monetization. It's really not. That's nice, but it's not about that. It's about the impact. I don't know why I went there, but
I think that was necessary.
Because I know some people, they kind of hit us like you kind of doing this drama thing to get monetized or to be monetized, or you monetizing your relationship. I think that's what it was. And just to let you guys know, we're not monetized.
Well, we can.
We have the ability. We have the ability to be monetized, but we haven't did it because it's not about that. Now, I want you to know that we will, but I don't know. I'm gonna just say, for me, I didn't want that video to really screw our algorithm. So, yeah, it's not about the money. It's about what God told us to do, being obedient in that, and kind of being vulnerable with things that happen in our own life.
Yes. And I will say this, and then we can.
No, I'm gonna say one more thing.
Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead, husband.
Go ahead.
You said you wanted to say one more thing.
Go ahead. Then you said I'm gonna say this.
Well, I was gonna make it as a finale.
Okay. I'm gonna kind of address one comment because I think is one that's for any relationship out there, and I think the comment says something like, "What happens?" No, I think the comment said, "What's going to happen when he runs into his type," or something like that. Directing that comment to me. I wasn't going to say anything, but it's been kind of on me. So, yeah, I think the comment said, what happens when he run into his type or find his type? And let me be the first to say, if I run into my type or find my type, I was in the wrong already, because that means I was out searching and looking for something else instead of cultivating and growing what I have in my own home. So I said that to say this. My type is right here. My love is right here. So ain't no searching, ain't no looking. I have the Holy Spirit within me that's going to lead me in the right path. And he led me in the right path.
Thank you.
All right, I just had to get that one off because that
really
that comment kind
of.
I wasn't ticked off. That comment kind of bothered me only because a lot of people who are in relationships and marriage, when things start getting hard, they begin to search for other things that they like, and that's how they get down the road of, whether it's mental, what they call it, mentally cheating, or text cheating. Well, I ain't did that. Well, that means you were searching instead of cultivating what you have in your home, instead of growing what you have in your home. You out there doing the other stuff. So,
and we're also we don't speak prematurely. So
right.
Whatever we speak on a public platform, please believe that it's not new information.
Right.
That we are to a place where we are mature enough to expose certain conversations. So yes, I'm very happy for those who feel like they have to save me, for those sister this and sister that. Y'all was. I had somebody message me and said I should go ahead and cheat. It was ridiculous. The great thing about this is I know who I married. So my husband doesn't have to kiss me on the episode for me to know that he's affectionate towards me. He doesn't have to do stuff for you guys to see, for me to know that I married a protector, a provider, someone who cares, someone who has my best interests at heart. If I had to question any of those things, I would not say I do. I was never desperate for marriage. It's actually something that I initially wanted much later on in life, but the way that God arranged things for us, I'm so glad we both followed his will. And I think that's why we love each other the way that we do, because we work hard to love each other through the eyes of God and with the love of God. So it's not surface, and it's way more than this physical thing. We are physical attracted to each other, but that's not what holds us. So I hope that through us being transparent tonight on another level, not even in a jokey level, and through us addressing some of the things that came up that may still continue to come up, we're not going to keep talking about it. It is what it is. I hope that for those who have subscribed, we are close to 3,000 people that we don't know, that hasn't been here before.
Thank you.
We appreciate you subscribing. We hope that you're here for the right intention.
If you're here to see if we make it, we praying that the Lord is going to bring something out of our mouth that's going to change your intention of being here.
Yes. So if you're here, we appreciate you being here. We appreciate you tuning in. We hope that tonight has, like I said, provided some context to who we are. And if you have a desire to continue being a part of this community and learning, but just learning from some of the things we say, but also just being in the process with us, we appreciate it. I appreciate the women who took the time and gave me hints of how I could talk without talking over my husband, because they said they struggle with the same thing. So if you go and look at some of the old episodes, I was like, I can't hold it in. So stuff like that, I actually really do appreciate it. We're not here to say every comment has to be like, great episode, guys. We're not saying that. So I appreciate those who were relatable in their response and actually said something that was helpful to me, because now is up here.
That's the same, because I appreciate the I don't know, certain comments are standing out to me, but I appreciate one guy. He was like, brother, you was hard to watch, man. You took so long to talk. He was like, you took so long to talk, man. You was just hard to watch. I appreciate it, and then it helped me to like, okay, kind of formulate your answer faster and get it out your mouth instead of just,
And believe it or not, I'll say this and then we can close. This is a grooming for us. A pruning, for us. So with some things, there were a lot of things that we said among each other, like we needed to work on for other things that God is calling us to do. So doing this, learning about communicating better, learning how people respond to something. You can say 3 words, but it can be taken out of context based on your facial expression, based on your tone. So we're learning a lot of things, and I hope that, when we get into, we didn't really call this a season, but by the time we're in the 4th season, we'll be able to look back.
Yeah, we'll be good. We'll cringe and laugh at these old videos, and we'll see, look back and laugh at this
how far God has brought us, because we are doing this because he told us to do it. But yeah, guys, that's it for tonight.
That's it. That's all. Cut the cameras.
Oh, well, my husband said what it is. So.
All right, remember to like, subscribe, comment, share the videos.
We'll catch you guys next time.
Going on.
Yeah.
Outside of that, we'll catch y'all on the next one. Peace out.
Be blessed.